The best way to win a knife fight is to not be in a knife fight. And this video will give you some tools to help you avoid a potentially dangerous situation. The primary tool of avoidance is an awareness of your surroundings. I like to look at this layer of awareness like a fire escape plan. When you think of a fire escape plan, most people consider where's my closest exit that's the easiest to get to. Keep in mind that there are multiple exits if the one you're using is obstructed. Now, outside of practicing a fire drill at home, you might also want to come up with fire escape plans for places you frequent like shopping malls or restaurants. Every once in a while, when you're at the mall, you might want to surprise your family with an emergency fire drill. You send out an emergency text, everybody leaves at their closest fire escape, and then regroups at a prearranged meeting point. Practicing the plan is better than just knowing the plan. This same fire escape plan you would use in case of an active shooter or any other emergency. Outside of an exit strategy, you're also going to want to be aware of the obstacles that are around you. Some of these obstacles could hinder you, like these tables getting in the way of the exit to the kitchen. You could also use these obstacles to hinder an assailant. What if an assailant was charging after you, but they had all these tables in the way? Some of the obstacles could provide concealment or cover. Concealment being pushing over a table or hiding under a table so the assailant doesn't see you. Cover would be if the obstacle is hard enough to stop a bullet, like this bar. With that in mind, sitting at either this table or this booth would give you equal access to any of the 3 exits from this restaurant. This chair would be the best seat in the house because not only do you have access to all 3 exits, but you also get a chance to see the entire restaurant and anything that happens. The next layer of awareness is being aware of the people around you. If somebody looks dangerous, you have to consider that they are dangerous. If you're mistaken, a kind apology will go a long ways with a kind person. But don't just judge a book by its cover. You have to be aware of their behavior as well. Here's a few threat indicators to look out for. First, let's take a look at some clues that the person might be aggressive. Obviously, if they're talking in a dehumanizing or degrading way, they probably are aggressive. Maybe they're just looking at you funny and they're trying to invade your personal space with clenched hands. We commonly refer to this as the Terminator walk. There are also some cues that can tell you if someone is adrenalized. Why do they have this adrenaline in their system? What's going on in their head that you don't know? This can manifest itself as trembling hands or knees. Maybe they're pumping their fingers and they're pacing back and forth or they're rocking. If they're acting erratically in any way, that's a good sign that you need to get out of there. Here's an example of a crazy guy swinging around a chair in the middle of the mall. Why are these people still sitting there? Finally, let's identify how to tell that somebody's about ready to attack you. It might be blatantly obvious, like they take a fighting stance. And then if their hand disappears, they're definitely not trying to grab you flowers or chocolates. However, it might be more subtle. They might start by looking around to see if there's any witnesses watching. They might try to hide the movement of their attack by grooming their face or pretending to yawn. If you see any subtle or sudden movement, make sure that they're not close enough to reach you. Any one of these attack indicators by themselves should raise a red flag. If you're able to link more than one together, you should definitely get out of there. Also, be aware of yourself, because if you're showing any of these attack indicators, you could be escalating the situation instead of de-escalating it. If for some reason you can't get out of there because there's nowhere to go or you have a loved one to protect, de-escalation might be your last option. Besides being aware of the volume of your voice and your body language, here's a couple other de-escalation tools you can try. First of all, avoid making demands and try to validate their feelings while remaining non-judgmental. Sometimes silence might be your best option. Don't try to reason with them. Be mindful of your breathing and keep it slow. This will help focus your mind in a stressful situation. Many experts agree that compliance is the best way to de-escalate a conflict. Even so, there's still a 25% chance that compliance won't work. That's compared to over a 50% chance of getting injured if you fight back, so it sounds like compliance is still the best option. Either way, if your intuition is telling you that the whole situation is going to turn violent, you'll want to think about using a distraction to either help you escape or mount an attack. You'll want to decide before you use your distraction what your next action is going to be. Here's a couple of quick examples. This first example we call, your shoes are untied.
You're dead!
Hey look! Someone's attractive cousin!
Give me your wallet.
The key is to wait to take action until they show you one of their ears.
Hey, no problem. I'll give you my wallet. There's nothing important. Dude, it's okay. I told him I'd get my wallet.
Give me your wallet.
You can also use the item that they're focused on as a distraction.
Hey, no problem. I'll give you my wallet.
Give me your wallet.
Here, it's right here. It's right here.
Give me your wallet.
Oh, hey.
By throwing an object directly at their face, it obscures their vision and forces them to react to it.
Hey, no problem. I'll give you my wallet. It's
Give me
right
your
here.
wallet.
There's nothing important.
We have a whole series of using everyday items as a self-defense tool. Anything you carry on you or things around you could be used as a distraction. Ultimately, you want to keep in mind that the bad guy has a vote in how this scenario goes as well. You definitely want to have skills in place to help you out in a worst-case scenario. Our next video will cover what to do if you can't avoid the fight and you have to deal with a knife-wielding attacker. As with any skill, it takes practice and proper training to get good at it, so make sure you look for a good school in your area. If you're in Southern Oregon, contact us for our locations and times. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, like it, and make sure to share that with a friend. Click the subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so you can catch our next exciting video.